as your true self is a choice. Yes? Give me an enthusiastic nod if you agree with that statement. Showing up as your true self is a choice. Great. Now, my next question is about most people. Okay, so think about your experience with most people. Do you think that most people can feel when they are being their true self versus when they are not? If you agree with that statement, on the count of 3, say they can feel. If you disagree, say they don't know. Ready? 1, 2, 3. They can feel. They can feel. Now, my next question is, knowing that you can feel this, is this a good feeling? Yes or no? To not be yourself? No. Knowing that it's not a good feeling, that most people feel this, and that it's our choice to show up as our true self or not, would you say that most people experience this negative feeling never or often? Often. It is our choice to show up as our true self, but the truth is that we do not exist without resistance. We have people who intimidate us, people who rely on us, people who we want to impress. And as a recovering social chameleon, I can tell you that sincerity is not in the external forces of what you should be doing. And I know this because of my experience and because of physics. Now, we are made up of little atoms, yes, that are constantly in motion. So thus, we are constantly in motion, and we get to choose the direction that we go. And this motion creates an energy, which then creates a force that gets, everyone say pression. Pression. This is that force, right? But the funny thing about pression, I see some confused looks around the room. This isn't a complete word, right? It lacks some sort of beginning, some sort of prefix that indicates where this force is going to go. Now, if I want to make someone who I'm meeting for the first time feel really good, I want to make a great first. That's exactly what you should have said. Now, before we can do any impressing on anybody, there is one thing that has to happen first, and it is expression. To press outward. You see, when we meet up with a human, hello, one person must first make that first expression, yes? And then, as a result, because every force has an equal and opposite reaction, as we know by Newton's third law of motion, that, everyone say it with me, pression that comes as a result is the opposite, yes? To press inward. Right? So we meet this human, they give us their beautiful expression, and we consider what they've given us, and we make a choice to express in return. So often, we think of a first impression as something that we are giving to someone else, but in actuality, it is the energy that someone else is giving to us. Yes? Now, this is baby Kyra. And with no context of what she should or should not be showing up as, she exists. Yay. She has an incredible joy for being on this planet. She also comes with a great sense of unseriousness, a healthy amount of goof. She is fiercely independent, and at times she is a little quiet, a little shy. From a young age, she was a very deep thinker. And growing up in the same exact household is baby Kyra's little sister, Lainey. And Lainey also exists. She has a great joy for being on this earth. And from a very young age, she has this natural sense of hilarity. She is a natural comic. She has an incredible amount of sass and this deep-seated passion. Lainey and I are the closest we will ever get to a nature-nurture commonality, and we are two very different personalities. And when our true colors are unleashed on the world, when we are in that zone of expression, it shows. I am an actor, and Lainey is a professional dancer in Los Angeles. She is the epitome of jazz funk. And I, on the other hand, tend to play roles that involve a snarl. Now, remember that little exchange between person A and person B, right? It's a lot more nuanced than just a black arrow, right? There's a lot happening there. We have undercurrents and flavor and context. In fact, very quickly, turn to the person next to you and try to give the most neutral black arrow hello to the person next to you. Say hello with complete neutrality. No, it's nearly impossible. Complete neutrality is nearly impossible to achieve. Complete neutrality is practically impossible to perceive. And that is where the true colors come out. What are your true colors? What are the truths that live inside of your body that when expressed feel like they are coming from the inside out without any sense of should? Where are you showing up and what are you giving to the world as a gift without any sort of expectation for what you should be doing? That is magnetic. That is authenticity. Acting was a place where I could explore all of my true colors. It was a safe place for me to be ferocious and snarl and have depth and connection. And it was bliss. And meanwhile, off the stage, my true colors started to take on a different kind of force. People would say things to me like, this conversation's really deep. And it would give this sort of pression. Everyone would say that with me, pression. And it would cause me to take those true colors and to stuff them, to bury them beneath the surface of me. This conversation's too deep. You're really hard to figure out socially. Kyra, you've got a lot of energy. Kyra, you're too much. Tone it down. Tone it down. And I did. I did tone it down. In lots and lots of context, I toned it down. And I got really, really good at being a fly on the wall, especially in rooms where I felt like I didn't really belong. I studied what I should be doing. I studied it. And what would happen if someone would come up to me, hello, and they would give me their expression, and I would take that true color, and I would wear it like a blanket. I would say, I know exactly who you are, so I know who you want me to be, and I would take that gift that they were giving me of their expression, and I would mirror it. I would bounce it right off of them. But for me, it felt like a mask. And that cozy blanket, it is cozy for a while, until it becomes stifling. Till I began to forget who I was when no one was around. We have to shed the shoulds. In every context. A big misconception about acting is that we're putting on a mask, we're trying on a character. And that is what we call a bad actor. In total honesty, right? Acting is about finding the truth of an essence, the truth of an expression, and giving that as a gift to an audience in the form of connection. And of course, we are different things in different contexts, right? I'm not going to approach a table that I'm serving and snarl at them. I'm going to bring my joyful energy to them. We can be a little bit selective, right? We're not going to talk to our newborn baby the same way that we would talk to our boss. So picture this. Someone brings you, a patient comes into your office with a feeling, right? Maybe a feeling of discomfort, this bubbliness. They say, hello. And instead of taking that nervous energy and wearing it like a blanket and saying, you're going to be fine, it's going to be good, it's going to be great, we take a moment to center ourselves in who we are, to create the kind of experience that we want to have, to say, I see you, but I'm not going to necessarily allow you to impress upon me what you are feeling in this moment. I am going to give you the gift of my own expression of my choice. And together we're going to do this amazing dance. Imagine being the first person to give the gift. Imagine being the first person to welcome a patient in and say, this is the kind of experience that we are going to have. We have to shed the shoulds because we can tell. Humans have this amazing ability to sniff out incongruence. Authenticity is the alignment, the consistency between our inner essence and our outer expression. And like Judge Judy says, the public can spot a phony. So instead of allowing people to impress upon us, instead of trying to impress upon other people, how are you showing up as a gift to the people around you, because it is our choice to show up as our true self.